Are you ready?
We're ready when you are, Norton. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my friends and coworkers. You have chosen my message over football, and I am grateful. There is no more place to be than to be in a place that one feels grateful because you are not chasing, you are centered in your gratefulness, and that is where you learn and grow in the now. No one can tell you how valuable you are except yourself. I am of the opinion that the next step to exploration is expansion. Why is expansion exist? It exists because you exist. Expansion is the universal way of being and existing. God expands, and you are of God, and therefore you have the ability and you are quite in control of expansion. Just by the existence of who you are, you are in a place of gratitude because you have all that you need to grow and learn and grow closer to self and God. God is not complete without you. You exist for purpose and meaning, and you exist because you are of God. And the way you exist and grow is up to you. There is no formula for everyone. But many of you are fearful of who you are. and you have been taught, influenced by family who they themselves did not break the cycle of feeling less than who they are. So for many, the challenge is to grow and to listen to one's heart and recognize that the stories and the messages that you receive as young children and older by parents and by family and by friends, that you are more than who you think you are. And it is the most difficult thing in many ways to look at the fear that they are right, for they are not. They have not broken the circles of their own self pity, their own self victimizations. And so they cannot give you what they cannot give themselves, just as you cannot give what you cannot give yourself. You will understand through extension and expansion that you will grow and expand and learn because it is your heritage. God needs you to expand. And you will expand, whether it is this lifetime or the other, or another, or whatever existence you find yourself in. Now, this I said to you last time, and I need to say it again. So please be patient with me. You will take with you all that you have accomplished spiritually and emotionally to wherever existence you find yourself. So don't concern yourself with other people and where they're going and where they've been. Concern yourself with the truth that what you gain here in your earth plane, you will take with you wherever you go, wherever your existence, wherever you find your existence, you will have you. And I have said it before, but I will say it again and again because it is so important. It allows you to understand your purpose and your meaning for being in existence. You cannot be out of existence. You exist. And because you exist, you are worthy of all good things and deserve all good things. and you are loved more than you can ever imagine. Again, the nature of the universe is based on expansion, and that can be other dimensions and other places of emotionality within you. It can be any number of events and experiences. So allow yourself, and please allow yourself this very important thing. What you fear that you've been told and the stories that you've been told are not true, that are negative in nature. I repeat, in nature, negative thought that's directed at you is not your problem, but exists with those who have not broken the cycle of self, of less worth, and of feeling badly about themselves. Whether it comes from a mother, a father, a sister, a cousin, a friend, look at where that threat, that fear comes from. Look at it, examine it, and allow it to reveal the false notion that it has been delivered to you. You are the highest of the highest and loved more than you can ever imagine. You are precious and you are strong and powerful for one reason: you exist. And it is essential that you have others in your life, human and otherwise. No one is in a place to validate you. Only you can validate you. Find your way. Find your freedom of darkness by recognizing that life is allowing you to experience all kinds of things. And the things that resonate with you, the things that touch you deeply, those are the paths that you take. Do not condemn yourself or blame yourself for a path that didn't work, whether it's a job, a relationship, or whatever it is. It's a blessing to you to recognize that it is a learning experience and one that should be seen in a positive light, not a negative one. If you follow the positive light, you will be carried by synchronization to the next place that you need to be, not necessarily where you want to be, but where you need to be. And that will be another place for you to experience and perhaps move from. But don't be discouraged, for you have everything you need. So take your ideas of practice and ritual, which are absolutely fine, but take them and absorb them and recognize they will bring you what you need at the time. That they will allow you to manifest yourselves. But don't go chasing something. Figure out and explore all levels of life and listen and feel resonance with them. And understand, my dear friends, that life is to be felt. Do you have questions?
Christina?
Greetings to you, Rabbi, and thank you for being with us. Oh, I should speak up?
I hear you.
Okay, thank you. I made a new virtual friendship these days, and this person lost his wife 10 years ago, he said. And I told him that the fact that she left her physical body doesn't mean that she's not with him or that he cannot communicate with her. Is there anything you would like to add, or what else I could advise him?
Yes. Simply tell him that we're all capable of loving more than one person. And that when you find another that you feel an intimacy with, a deep intimacy with, that doesn't mean that you don't love or don't care or don't think about other people in your lives who meant enough to fill your life at that time.
Thank you. That is very valuable advice. I will pass it on.
Yes. And sometimes a person cannot handle that at the time and cannot absorb it at the time, and that's okay. Sometimes patience and time has a factor in it. But that does not deny the truth. We, as human beings, need each other. We need each other. I need you. I need Norton. I need to be a part of the energy that God creates. And there is no shame, obviously, when you love someone deeply and for some reason that does not come to fruition, that does not love them any less, or that they love you any less. Nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. You know, we tend to separate everything. You know, when you speak of the ego separates. And it's an illusion because nothing is separated. We are all one. And I am so comforted to know that. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
And thank you and bless you for coming amongst us, Rabbi William Anderson. I have a question about in this particular time of our high vibrational reality, we have the opportunity to help heal some of those cycles that you were talking about before that others in our family may not have been able to see their way out of or act their way out of. Um, and I know that that applies more for, well, not necessarily more for humans, but for other lives that we have had in other forms as well. Can you comment on our ability to help heal some of those generational traumas by breaking the cycles and being our own loving selves to our as great a capacity as we can, please?
It's the challenge of individuals. It's the challenge of, and there's no uh, overall um, remedy for breaking cycles. But Ray, let me tell you something. Sometimes we have to be brought to our knees and hurt so bad that anything can become more enlightening. So for those that didn't break the cycle and perpetuated to their children, perhaps they did not allow themselves, and this is important, they did not allow themselves to fall to their knees with the realization that they're in a very non-productive, dark, even toxic place. I wish that I had a remedy. But the beauty is that once the realization of that pain is transformed into light, it changes that person's life and that person's family. And I have seen it. I have been blessed enough to see it. So it's not hopeless, but it is a challenge that you, earthlings, have to grow closer to self and God. But my point is earlier, don't take that broken cycle, that unbroken cycle, and incorporated it into your beautiful, powerful, imaginative, creative environment of self, because you are so much more than that. So don't buy into it. Don't accept it. Not in a cruel way, because you can, with great passion, acknowledge that these folks whom you're referring to did not or could not do the work. Some people cannot do the earth work. This is a tough school, a hard school, but a school that if you can get through will place you in a place of unbelievable joy and confidence.
Thank you. I was referring more to other lives that we have led in our own consciousness, which brought us forth here in this physical representation, maybe in other time periods or other realms, and not necessarily so much for our family, because they all came here to learn their own lessons, and that is not our job. It's to teach them. We can set the example, but it is up to them to learn. But it's my understanding that we can help our souls learn what the other lives that we have lived that we are related to did not, and close some of those cycles from where they may have committed deeds or had beliefs that did not serve them that they were unable to resolve.
Correct me if I'm incorrect, but wouldn't the principle be the same?
I am not sure, because it's, from my view and what I've learned, that we don't know what any other person's role is and what they're here to learn. But I know that we're here to serve a purpose for our higher self.
Yes. Well, that's because, or certainly one of the reasons why we have planned and come to the earth plane with no memory is that, the challenge, like I said, the school is a difficult one because we don't have those memories, but we have what was perpetuated in many ways from what you would consider your previous lives. Because all is spontaneous,
Mm-hmm.
but that's okay. You can, we're speaking here where we have a grasp of understanding, but I don't see any difference in the challenges that were brought from other lives to this one. As a matter of fact, we have great clues as to why there's some dysfunctioning or pain or whatever you wish to identify it. We have those because they have been surfaced. Our soul has helped us in many ways to surface those previous experiences so that we can learn and have the opportunity to move from the darkness to the light. Because without the darkness, there is no light. Without an experience of sorrow, there's no joy. That's the best I can do.
Well, I think that's a valuable perspective, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Christinana?
Hello again. You spoke of situations being perpetuated from other lives. And in this lifetime, I was already a child where I consciously said, this ends here. And I chose to break a cycle. So is this relating also to other lives?
Yeah, it could be. Yes. I don't know your heart or your soul, but that sounds like it could be.
Hmm. Okay, thank you.
Can you give us your take on artificial intelligence, or as I prefer to call it, reflective intelligence, please, Rabbi?
I don't have a clue.
Well, you have to work with the cards that you're dealt.
That's right. And I have the old ones, but I know that this I can only relate what I've heard through Norton's experience is that it can potentially be harmful, but so could nuclear weaponry or nuclear energy. But look what it's done to help folks. You know, I I just think it's so up to humanity to decide whether you want to create joy and prosperous lives or stick with uh, the fear of separation and fear. And you know, we not only are have free choice as individuals, but we have free choice as collective energy, as the collective, because we created the collective. So we have a choice. My prayer, my deepest prayer, is that we utilize all that we know and gain, whether it's technologically or emotionally, psychologically, is to help us so that we can help you. So it's it's open. It's open to those who wish it.
Well, I think that was a really good answer for not having a clue.
Well, I have I um, am not a scientist, and it's interesting because some ask me Kabbalistic questions, and I tell them, and this is a sort of what we're talking about. They ask, you know, the Kabbalah. What is the Kabbalah? Well, the Kabbalah predates the Torah. It's the five books. It's It's older than the five books of Moses. It means to receive. It means it's an oral and rich written tradition of Judaic thought, and probably predates Jews. But I don't. I won't go into that. But the idea is that some things we just uh, are not aware of, and that's okay. It's like I tried to explain to you all in my previous session about exploration. And that's really what I'm talking about today, is exploration of self, acknowledging the beauty and strength that you have, and that your stories are not valid, at least the toxic ones, the negative ones. And the next step is expansion, which is what the universe, what God wants to happen, is for us to expand so he can expand. And as I said, he's not complete unless we're complete, which is not going to happen because it's consciousness is endless.
Can you explain a little bit about the reality you experience now?
The experience now is totally cooperative, mutually respectful, helpful, and the I how can I explain? I have a teacher, and he has or she has a teacher, and they have a teacher, and it's endless. The consciousness is endless. So if you can embrace the fact that consciousness is endless, then all things are possible. We have aspects of ourselves that are out exploring and expanding. And we have that ability, that gift, that heritage, and that responsibility to create more of who we are, not less. And the more we expand, the more we recognize, the more we see who we are. We've forgotten who we are. That was the whole purpose of coming here, which makes it more difficult. A closed book is harder than an open book. But it's beautiful and it's so hopeful and has so much potential to it to make us feel so much fuller. I love the expression. You've probably heard it already. A broken heart is you cannot fill a broken heart any, what is it? I forget. It is a broken heart cannot be any more full. A broken heart cannot be any more full. Norton read that. Isn't that beautiful? The other beautiful thing I heard, and I'm off the subject, but the most beautiful thing I heard too was a novelist who Tavi was, not Tavi. Tavi is Norton's son. Norton is that there is no place on earth that feels pain, that craves more than a benevolent witness. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, thank you for sharing. And that's all the questions that we have for this evening. Thank you very much for coming forth with us with your love and your energy and wisdom. We appreciate you. And
Well, I thank you so much in gratitude for all you do for me and for my channel. And I hope you will have us back.
certainly.
And may God bless your every breath, all of you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Welcome back, Norton.
Thank you.
Looks like the good rabbi has your computer skills.
Oh my God, I got the worst skills in the world. I have no skills at all. I don't know how to turn a radio on anymore. Do you have anything you want to mention to me, or?
No, we didn't ask about any messages for you. I figured you already had all the messages from the rabbi that you could ever get. And if you had more, you know where to get them.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
it was an interesting talk.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it that you would stay and listen.
And we're gonna
So,
go ahead.
so till the next time.
Indeed. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this session. Thank you very much, Rabbi and Norton. Until next time.